Have you ever met somebody, whether they turn out to be a friend or a partner, right? Whether it's platonic or romantic, but you start to see them through a filter. I'll use the metaphor of how, like, social media, we can use filters to make ourselves look prettier or look different or just look not the way that we actually look, right? Have you ever met somebody and you start to, like, idealize them? Like, idealize them in a very specific way. Maybe you see them as grandiose, or you see them just sugar coated, right? You see them as a shining star rather than a human that is flawed and is imperfect. It's wild that we do this. I cannot imagine that I'm the only person that does this, right? Something that I've been thinking about lately is just how much I idealize people. And not only that, but how excited I get about things when I idealize people. And now I'm looking at it and everything, and as I heal and as I look at all of my relationships and all the people that have been a part of my life, the people that are still there and the people that are not there anymore. Yeah, just because I cut people off, I don't talk to people anymore. I'm just looking at all the patterns of this learned behavior that is idealizing. And the fascinating thing is that I think idealizing has led to more of pain and suffering than not. Because I would say nearly 100% of the time, if not 100% of the time, whatever it is that I am idealizing about another person never fucking happens. Like, it's not like it could possibly happen. It doesn't happen. It's like I'm waiting on a dream, an ideal. I'm taking this person and I'm putting them all the way up here on the pedestal, right? And they're just this amazing magic. No. They're just a human being that is flawed and makes mistakes just like everyone else. And what I'm really trying to do right now is, well, what I am doing right now is looking at my tendencies of idealization, not judging it as good or bad or right or wrong, but I'm just asking myself what it's actually doing for me. Are people drastically less interesting if our mind doesn't go through the whole story of how grandiose they are? Are they? Are they actually far less interesting than this filter that our minds try to create? Like, social media, right? You have all these filters. There's even hashtag no filter, right? And it's like, is life better when we idealize people? Because we're creating this, like, magical scenario of what people are? Or are we actually just fooling ourselves? And not only that, the opposite of idealization. I don't want to take it as far as, devaluation, but it can get pretty crazy. What I do want to take it as far as is just the recognition of, without knowing, of course, negative judgments of others. We idealize. We do. We idealize people in our minds. Oh my God, look at them. That's incredible. They could be this, they could be... No. The mind will try to paint a picture of what they are or what they could be. I would argue that the healthy thing to do is to just blow that smoke the fuck out of the way, because that's the smoke and mirrors, and they're probably not even, unless they're contributing to it, they're probably not even, idealizing themselves for you, right? It's just smoke and mirrors. But similarly, we look at people and we don't put them up on the pedestal. We put them way the fuck down. We criticize them, we attack them, we judge them, right? What I'm looking at right now is like a potential default of like neutrality, right? Because I've spent my entire life idealizing people, putting a lot of time and energy into ideas of what I think things could be with somebody, whether it's platonic or romantic, or what a person could be in my life, what, this, that, and the other. And the other thing too, and here's the, I guess, creative and adventurous part of this, right? And I suppose people already do this, but if you're going to idealize, are you also going to communicate that idealization? If not, why? If so, would that be uncomfortable, right? Do people want to be idealized? Does it give them, I don't know, anxiety? Does it make them anxious? Does it overwhelm them? Do they want anything to do with it? Do people even know what they look like in your mind? Meanwhile, that same person looks completely different in somebody else's mind. That's a really fun area to explore too. The way that I look in this person's mind might be completely different to the way that I look in this other person's mind right here, right? Everyone's carrying around different perspectives. I think the main theme of this all, though, is just recognizing that people aren't all of these idealizations that we make for them. They're just humans. They're just humans with some of them fucked up nervous systems that, and that's, I've been one of them before. I think the idealization, the extremes are the potential issue here, right? And just defaulting to looking at people from a neutral standpoint, how does that change the relationship with people, right? Is it less enticing and exciting to connect with somebody? Is idealization even necessary, right? Just things to look at, right? And in my own experiences, I'll end off with this. But in my own experiences, I have gotten very caught up in idealizing people. Not ever even communicating these idealizations that I have to these people, but just getting stuck in idealizations and, like, placing people way far up there on the pedestal, right? I know that I had I made a previous video about idealizing people. And, when your mind does idealize people, we're all just people. We are, We're all just humans. We have our shit. We're cool. We suck. And just taking off the, I'll say, rose-colored glasses. What do people look like when we take off the rose-colored glasses and realize that they suck just like we do, I don't think that we need to idealize people. I don't think it's necessary. But if we don't do it, what does it mean? What does it look like? How does it affect our experiences with people? Why don't we just see everyone for what they are, right? Personality, the way that a person thinks, feels, and behaves, right? Patterns of behavior. Seeing that and recognizing what people are based on that, rather than all of these shiny fucking ideas that we have for people. Do we need to shine people up, or do we just see them for who they are? Because, listen, you can just see people for who they are. You don't have to shine them up. You're not a bad person for shining them up. We were taught to shine people up, right? Should we continue to do it?